Hey y'all, welcome back to the Career Ambassador Corner. So I know the setup for these videos is still a little bit scuffed. Like for example, you can see the ring light reflection in my glasses, like right there.
Hello, so happy to be here.
But you know what? We make do, we innovate, and we explore here at the Career Connection Center. I do actually have my computer finally. It's just on the floor still because I haven't had the time to set it up. You know how being a college student is. Hi, computer, I miss you.
Please unpack me.
I'll see you soon. The last few episodes, we talked about helpful strategies for envisioning and thinking about possible career paths. This episode, we're going to be talking about specifically students still in university, but this could possibly apply towards alumni as well, kind of a general roadmap. But today we're going to be focusing on the timeline of career exploration. So maybe you watched the career vision boarding video, or you've already done a career action plan, and you're thinking like, but when do I begin exploring careers? Which is then followed up with another question, which is usually, is it too late for me to explore careers? And the answer is no. It is never too late to explore your options. While the following timeline outlines exploration during your time in college, remember that these steps can be taken in any order at any time. In the Career Connection Center, where I work as a career ambassador at Texas Women's University, we like to think of career exploration in 3 themes. These 3 main themes are going to be explore, get ready, and connect. Following this outline can help you feel prepared to reach all your career goals and dreams. So your first year in college. Remember that these steps can be taken at any time in any order, but as like a general kind of guideline, these will have kind of timelines just as a general guideline, but don't feel like these you have to get done your first year. This is more just like a guideline. But if you're a first year university, you're going to want to start with the first theme, which is exploring. Exploring looks like thinking about your interests, your skills, and your values. And the vision boarding process video will help so much with this. But you can also take the Focus 2, which is usually offered through your university, which you can find through your career center at Texas Women's University. You can make an appointment with a career counselor at the Career Connection Center, and they can set you up with taking that Focus 2. And now you're gonna wanna start thinking about your major and majors in general. If you don't know what you wanna major in yet, don't worry. Most people end up switching their majors many times in college. Like, for example, I think I switched mine probably like 4 times now. I started off as a computer science major, and then I was a philosophy major, and then I was a global studies major, which I got my associates in. And then once I got to university, I went from business administration, and then I went to political science, and that's where we're at right now. And that might change too, but you know, I don't know. That's part of the exploration process. But what I do know is that what helped me figure out what majors I liked and didn't like, and what I kind of was leaning more towards, was because of the courses I took. So I took electives that looked interesting to me, things that I thought that, hey, maybe I want to do this, maybe I want to learn about this. And through those electives, I figured out I really, really loved social sciences. And I found out that I really did not love taking courses on computer science, and I could not go through 4 years of computer science classes. So on your university website, you can use the catalog of majors to also see what career options there are with that major. And then you can look at the potential careers with that major more in depth, like the salary, years required for experience, education required, and etc. Student orgs are so important. It's a great way to learn about specific majors, careers, volunteer opportunities, and more. There are usually 2 types of orgs: for fun orgs, and orgs geared more specifically towards development. For example, there's things like the AIGA, AMA, which is the American Marketing Association. There's a lot of other ones too that I'm probably not remembering. These orgs host workshops and they'll have guest speakers, and it's just a great opportunity to learn about things going on in areas you're interested in. You're gonna want to volunteer as well in your first year, and there's gonna be a lot of opportunities to do this on campus. And there also will be ways to do this off campus. And then finally, for exploration, job shadowing is probably one of the best opportunities to kind of see what it's actually like on a day-to-day basis of working in a certain field or at a certain position. And it's a way to make connections and see if this is something you want to do and continue getting an education in. Next, you're going to want to get ready. Part of getting ready is creating a resume. This is so important. You need to create your resume. If you have not created your resume yet, please create one. I am begging you to create a resume because trust me, it is way harder to do a resume after you've gone to college for like 3 years and you're trying to remember everything you've done. So starting year 1 and starting when you just start is just, it's gonna help you so much, trust me. And creating a resume is probably the most important part of this entire guide. Even if you don't have any work experience, your first year of college, you need to just get that resume created, like get the template there, just start thinking about it. Even if you've only worked like a few part-time jobs or you did a few extracurricular things in high school, that's totally okay. And you can find ways to work that into your resume. For example, even just listing responsibilities at a part-time job that you had and how long you worked there is a good starting point. You can also use any volunteer experience you might have had prior to college, so anything you did in high school with volunteering or in, let's say, community college with volunteering. If you were in a student government or any student organizations in high school or community college, you can also put that on your resume. And more importantly, if you had an officer position, that will look really good on your resume because you can list all of the tasks and responsibilities and things you created as your time as an officer for that organization. And you're gonna wanna start exploring needed skills and educational requirements. And then you're gonna wanna hone those skills. And you can do this through LinkedIn Learning. Finally, make sure you're on Handshake. This is almost as important as the resume. Handshake is the way you're gonna stay connected to the career services on your campus, as well as potential internships, employee spotlights, what it's like to work for a certain company, and you can register for career events on campus. Your second year in college is gonna be kind of similar to your first year. Again, you're gonna wanna start with exploring. So you're still gonna wanna be exploring those career opportunities, volunteering opportunities, and job shadowing opportunities. If you found some student orgs that you enjoy, think about maybe having an officer position in those organizations. Or maybe a leadership position, maybe there's chair positions within that org. These can be added to your resume and can be a great place to start practicing skills that will be needed later. Next, on your second year, you're gonna get ready. You're gonna wanna update that resume you made with anything you might have done your first year. Add any new projects you've done, any service learning, any volunteering, and remember to add only what you feel is most relevant. Next, start building professional connections. It can be kind of scary and awkward to network, and like it's a weird space kind of, but it is so important. To feel less awkward and less kind of weird about networking, remember that networking doesn't just have to be with peers in your field of study. Although that is important, networking with people outside of your field is just as important. It can be people like your friends, family, friend group, and coworkers. Prepare a 30-second speech about yourself in advance to make the situation less stressful and awkward. Like here, I'll embarrass myself for you for 30 seconds so you can get an idea. Hi, I'm Becca. I'm a student at Texas Women's University. I work in the Career Connection Center as a student ambassador, and I'm a political science major, and I hope to do something creative, social, and something that really builds upon my skills in my career. There we go. I pulled that out of my head. It was probably not that great, but you get the idea. And then finally, for the get ready phase of your second year, you're going to want to start seeking out internships and volunteer opportunities and applying to them. Your third year is going to be a little less intensive because you've kind of already laid the groundwork, but you're going to want to start again with exploring. You can start looking at things like experiential education, and you can go to more on-campus events and quick stops, which are usually run through the Career Connection Center. Then for getting ready for your third year, start making your LinkedIn profile. This is also very important. You can start adding connections, and these can be people that you've met in your classes, your clubs, maybe your coworkers, or people from past educational experiences, maybe people from high school. You get the idea. All right, here we are, your fourth year. You've done it, you've made it, congratulations. You made it through 3 years. And now it's gonna be a little different. So instead of starting with exploring, we're starting with getting ready. You're gonna wanna practice those interview skills, then develop a job search plan for when you're done with your fourth year, write a cover letter draft, and start asking for references. This can be from professors you have a good relationship with, or coworkers, or your manager, supervisor that you've had a good working experience with. And then for Connect, you're gonna start applying for jobs. I know, how fun. But actually it is kind of fun. It's a really exciting time to be done with your college experience and start entering the work world. And think of it less as like, oh no, I have to start applying for jobs, and more like, wow, I got my degree and now I can finally do something with it. Or, you know, like all of this has paid off. When it comes to searching for a job, make sure you're utilizing resources like Handshake, LinkedIn, your Career Connection Center to try and find the best fit for you. Again, stay up to date with the Career Connection Center and any career fairs they might be holding. And you can also use this handy little checklist to stay on track. If you know you want to attend grad school after graduation, start applying to grad school. Connect with your Career Connection Center consultants to review grad school applications, personal statements, resumes, and interview preparation. Check out this guide to make sure that you're completing all the necessary steps. So now let's take a look at our checklist, completion, and conclusion. It is so completely normal to feel overwhelmed your first year in college, or overwhelmed at any point in college. College is an overwhelming time. And career exploration and exploring is overwhelming, but it's also rewarding because it's something very personally rewarding to explore these opportunities and find out more about yourself. And now while these are listed out in kind of a time format of like your first year, second year, third year, fourth year, remember these steps aren't all meant to be completed overnight, but across your time in college, and yes, even after college. And this checklist can help give you more direction on where to begin and where to go. Remember, if you're a first-year college student, it is never too early to begin your career exploration process. Also remember, it is never too late to explore your options. The timeline I went over today outlines career exploration throughout your time in college, but remember that these things can happen at any time in any order. Overall, remember that career exploration is a process for you to enjoy and learn more about yourself. During this time, please remember to take care of yourself because this can all be really stressful. Like college is already stressful enough, and then you add career exploration on top of it, it can be a lot, but take care of yourself, take it one step at a time, and remember, this is exciting. This is something you're doing to learn more about yourself and kind of explore who you are as well. I hope this video helped you, and I hope you've been enjoying the Career Ambassador Corner series. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and leave any comments below on anything else you'd like to see us talk about. And that's it for this episode, and I hope to see you in the next Career Ambassador Corner.